Okay guys, please actually bear with me. I look so chopped right now. My eye is still healing. My silk press is literally on its last leg. My skin also just looked really bad. Because I'm not wearing my skin tint. Like, my skin is just irritated, and like my camera is really picking up on it. So I'm recording this on TikTok. Hopefully I don't lose all my progress. Just very chopped right now, but I did my silk press a couple days ago, and it's been a month since I last uploaded. So like, I wanted to make another video because I saw that I actually got comments. I really wasn't even really expecting comments. So like, the fact I got any comments is amazing. Thank you to literally anyone who left me a comment or watched that video. Also, I'm looking at my double chin right now. I don't have like a bad double chin. I'm the type of person where like, when I eat salty stuff, which I'm supposed to because of my health conditions, my health condition, but anyways, when I eat like something salty, like water weight goes in my face. So yeah. Anyways, thank you to whoever watched my last video and left me a comment and whatnot. I do want to be authentic here and say that I am recording this on TikTok. My skin is blurred right now, because it's just a chopped day for me, per se. So yeah, I just feel more confident doing this. Please ignore my eye. I always get a chalazion. I think that's how you say it this time of year, because the air is just dry and cold, and that mixture of like dry cold air, my eyes don't like that. So yeah. But let me just get to the point. I quite literally have to go get my labs done, but I need to eat this banana because I'm hungry and I wanted to film something. So yeah, there's like several video topics that I had in mind, but I'm not quite sure which one I'm gonna talk about today. Do I look cool with this hat on? It kind of hides like the fact that my hair is starting to look a little bit greasy. I don't know. I really hate that you guys can see my double chin right now. Or I could just put my hood on. Okay, I need to get to the video. Is this a vibe? I don't think this is as much of a vibe as I thought it was gonna be, but it's chill. All right, so I think this is the angle we're gonna stick with. Let's just ignore my double chin and the chopness of today. I mean, my hair looks good considering it's been like, it's almost time for me to wash it, but so what I want to talk about today is just like the growing pandemic of just like lustful people getting in relationships and like really affecting these people that they claim to love and care about so much by their lust. And the reason I want to talk about this is because this is something that's like actually on my mind, and maybe this is like controversial. And again, like, I can really only speak from my experiences in this video. I primarily will be speaking from my own experiences, from my friends' experiences in the past, from just women's experiences that I've heard and seen personally, or even just like online on TikTok. It is like a growing, look at the clouds, that looks so pretty. It's really windy outside. I just want to like speak on like the growing pandemic of like lustful people getting into relationships. My hair also looks blonde as fuck. I don't know. I normally do like, well, not normally, I did it for the first time in October. I did, oh my goodness, I'm just out of it. I think it's because I quite literally have to go get something done. So in the back of my head, I like can't fully relax and think straight, but I don't want to wait until last minute to literally record this video, because I think by the time I get out of this facility, this building, after I do what I have to do, I'm gonna be like too tired, and I'm just gonna want to go the fuck home. So yeah, anyways, what the hell was I saying? Oh, I did a, I think it's demi-permanent hair gloss in the color light brown in October, and I think it's mostly faded out now, so I'm kind of back to my natural color. So yeah, that's why I'm like, oh my god, like my hair looks blondish, light brownish. OMG, it's back, because it really looked reddish. But it did make my hair really glossy. So anyways, the growing pandemic of just lustful people and being in relationships. And I can't speak on like a man's experience. I know that there are lustful women out there, but I don't know much about that, to be honest. I've never personally met like a super lustful person, and when I like who is a woman, and when I say lustful person, I'm not even necessarily talking about the people that, you know, two consenting adults who, I don't know, like they're single, everyone knows what's going on, they know it's just a hookup, and it's kind of not just this soulless thing where somebody, I don't know, like literally is a slave to their lust, to the point where when they are in a relationship, their relationships come crashing and crumbling down because they don't know how to be loyal, because it's like neglect in a way. They're neglecting their partner, and in this case they're neglecting the woman that they're with. And honestly, it just, this growing pandemic makes me so sad and so angry. I've seen recently, you know, not even just recently, just like multiple times throughout the past year in particular. I mean, I've seen many beautiful, beautiful girls, beautiful women who they'll comment under a TikTok where it's like, my boyfriend watches corn all the time. You know, I'll say corn. That's what people tend to call it on the internet. My boyfriend is watching corn more than like he's intimate with me, or like he keeps buying this content, and like it just makes me so fucking mad. Like, because corn addiction is a real thing, but it is up to the person with addiction to fix that. And I think that getting into a relationship with someone, knowing that you have that problem, not being like authentic about it, not being real. I forgot I have to eat my banana. This banana is getting old, so like, please, no hate for this banana, honestly. just like something I just want to say, like, it is not your fault that, you know, if you were in this situation where, like, your boyfriend or your husband or whatever literally consumes this content all the time, and it's making you feel ugly and, like, not good enough, and, like, there's something wrong with you. Like, you're not the problem. You're literally not the problem. It's literally a sickness, and, like, their inability to appreciate what they have is not, it's not like you're not lacking something because of that. And, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and be like, okay, if you are not taking care of yourself, if you're not brushing your teeth, if you're not trying, if you're not, like, taking care of yourself decently, that, like, he should just be super attracted to you. Because honestly, I'm the type of person where, like, I don't ask for what I can't give, right? So, like, in theory, if I haven't taken a shower all day, if I haven't brushed my teeth, if I haven't done these, like, basic things, I wouldn't say to my boyfriend, like, do you wanna with me? Like, do you want to kiss me? Like, I don't expect that, because it's like, if I was him, I wouldn't want to. You know what I mean? Also, I want to put on my lip balm, or my lip gloss. Do I even still have it with me? I don't freaking know. What the hell happened? What the hell happened? This video is all over the place. I don't know. I'm a mess. Messy video. Sorry, guys. But I felt like I wanted to upload. I wanted to talk about this because it literally kills me that there are beautiful women, beautiful girls out there who are with a man, and they feel like, oh my god, like, they start to internalize that they're not enough. He could literally say, you're gorgeous, you're perfect, like, there's nothing wrong with you, and they will still internalize that, because it's like, actions speak louder than words, right? Like, why are you watching a video more than, like, you're paying attention to me in an intimate way? So I literally, like, I felt like I wanted to talk about this. I really feel like this video is all over the place. I'm sorry. It's just I just want to say, you know, if you're someone who's going through that right now, where, like, you are with someone who is lustful to that point, everything you're feeling is valid. And again, it's something that's, like, so misunderstood. And I think that sometimes, like, people really don't know what that's like until they've been through it themselves. Because I honestly used to be like that. I used to be like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not, you know. But there's a reason that people feel the way that they do, you know? And maybe I was just naive when I used to feel that way. When I used to feel like, this is normal, this is fine. I think I just didn't fully understand the detriment and kind of what this easy access to this type of content is literally doing to people's brains and what it's doing to people's relationships. And many people say, like, well, particularly men tend to say, you know, if it feels like they want to just blame the people who post this content, like it's their fault. Do they perpetuate things? I mean, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them perpetuate things, yes. But if men are tired of seeing this content, it's ultimately up to them to stop watching it, to stop paying attention to it. It's no different than like someone who is trying to overcome a drug addiction. In my opinion, there's nuance and every situation is different, but like many men say, like, which is so crazy because many men will shame the person posting those things, selling that content or whatever, and they don't want their partner to dress like that. They wouldn't want their partner to be doing that. They wouldn't post that content themselves, but they consume it. I don't know. It's just crazy. And I think it's honestly one thing if you tell yourself, I don't want to get in a committed relationship. I don't want to get in a committed relationship. I want to be single. I want to hook up with people. And that's like your vibe and that's your thing. And what can I say? What can anyone say? As long as you're authentic, you're honest about what the hell you're doing, it's your life, and if you're not harming anyone, you know? But it's another when you are lustful and you have this demon latched onto you and you're not trying to overcome it, you're not taking that seriously while in a relationship. And it's even more messed up when you get with this beautiful girl who sees potential and light in you and maybe doesn't even know that you have this problem from the start, and then they fall in love with you and like you get married or you bring a child into this world. Like, it's just utter selfishness. You know, I don't know if this is going to fully be coherent, but I do believe that every single person, when they're born, is like worthy of love, right? But if you treat someone a certain way for so long, eventually they're going to get tired. And people don't have to enable you. They don't have to enable your behavior. So, do I think someone with this addiction is worthy of love? Yes. But I also think that people aren't required to stick around with your bad behavior. And you can't be utterly shocked when that beautiful girl that you took for granted walks away. Right? Like, let's be real. So yeah. I mean, to any girl out there right now who's in a situation where they feel like, I'm with a lustful man. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you to leave, to stay. Because I think that even if I tell you to leave, because I have been in this position before, even if I tell you to leave, that doesn't mean you're going to do it. And I think that you've probably heard and seen people telling you to leave. I'm not here to tell you what to do in that aspect of things, but what I am here to tell you is that it's not your fault, that some people are lustful. You are beautiful enough, you are attractive enough, you know. I'm not going to sit here and be like, if you look like a damn slob, he should be attracted to you. That's not what I'm saying. Because there is some level of like, I don't know, again, this is me. Like, if I haven't brushed my teeth in 2 days, I wouldn't expect someone to want to kiss me, right? But I also think that humans are flawed, and sometimes we're not always on our shit. Like, there's days where I literally have a big ass pimple on my fucking face. I'm literally using the skin blurring filter right now because, like, my skin without my skin tint, I was just like, no, like, I don't feel confident in myself. So I think that we all deserve someone. As long as we're willing to give this, we all deserve someone who has grace for those days and those moments, though. And who still sees you as, like, the most beautiful person, the most sexy person, right? Someone who wants to keep the spark alive and who stands by what they're saying. And it's not just words that don't align their actions. And you deserve that. It's true. It's so easy to internalize that, like, maybe you're not good enough, maybe this, maybe that. They're the ones with the problem. It's not you. And if in theory you've been with someone like this and they move on to the next person or whatever, they have the next relationship, if they don't fix that, they're never going to be happy, they're never going to be fulfilled, and they're going to hurt people and bleed on people who didn't. Sorry, my camera just went out for a second. But I was basically saying, like, they're going to bleed on people who didn't cut them, and they're never going to be happy. And that's so sad. They could have had genuine love, a genuine family, a genuine life full of good things. And loyalty and true love is not something that money can buy. Money can buy content, sometimes even girls. It can attract people. But you can't buy true love. You can't buy loyalty. And personally, to me, that's much better than the dopamine high of looking at all that content and taking what I have for granted. And I feel like if there's anything that I can accomplish with this channel, it's that, like, I want people to feel like they're not alone, even if they are friendless, or, like, because there's certain things that, like, I have been through, and I've also been in that position where you feel like you love this person, but their actions are not aligning with their words, or their words aren't aligning with their actions, or whatever, and you feel like you have nowhere to go, you have no one to tell when it comes to that, because maybe you're protecting them a little bit, maybe you're like, well, I see the good in them, I know that they're not a bad person, but it doesn't invalidate the pain of what you've been through, what you've experienced with this person, what this person has put you through. So, like, in theory, I could have came on here and just talked about something more mundane, but honestly, I just felt called to literally like tell you, whoever's watching, or like anyone who will watch, that, like, it's not your fault that he's lustful, because it's like their inability to be satisfied with what they have and appreciate what they have is really just a reflection of them and their demons, and it's not you. Like, it's literally so crazy to me. And I think that what's really interesting about that is, like, for many of the people who deal with this type of addiction, this lustful addiction, they're not satisfied. Like, that person that they're watching, those pixels of that person they are watching, which I hate to even call it pixels, because it's like, yes, they're pixels on a screen, but those are pixels of a real person. This is a real person. And the thing that I always say is, like, would you drive out and watch two people be intimate together? Like, would you do that? And many of them are like, no, like, that's weird, that's gross, that's, like, I wouldn't do that. But they literally do that. It's just they're doing it on their phone. But even then, even if you were someone who would drive out, you still don't have as much access to all these random people that you do now with the internet, and how much porn is out there on the internet. Or just not even, it doesn't even have to be porn. It literally, it can be like Instagram models, bikini pics, whatever. So, but it, like, sorry if this video seems all over the freaking place, but I also kind of want this channel to be unfiltered. Like, I might go back and, like, edit out some pointless, filler moments, because we don't have all the free time in the world. I know that people are employed. I'm employed. Like, hence why I haven't made, like, a video in a month. But I want to talk about things that are actually on my mind. So, and today is just a chaotic, hectic energy, because I literally have to go inside and do what I gotta do. And I want to go home after, and I want to rest and enjoy the rest of my spring break. But, moral of the story, like, there's just so much, there's so much, corn. I'm trying to talk about this in a way where, like, this video won't get taken down, because I'm not quite sure how YouTube, how strict they are with certain things. There's so much corn on the internet, and if it's not corn, it's Instagram and TikTok and the algorithm, and people will be like, well, those things pop up on your algorithm because you've looked them up. Well, no, because quite literally, TikTok will recommend you certain things in the search bar that you have never looked up before. And that's another thing as well, is there are children on TikTok. So imagine you're like a child, or imagine your child on TikTok, and they get curious about a search, and they click on it, and all of a sudden they see certain things. And yes, TikTok, you know, they aren't just going to show anything and everything, but there are certain things on there that are allowed. And it's kind of mind-boggling to me that children have access to it, and anyone has access to it, you know. So, but I just felt like coming on here and saying, like, it's not your fault. Like, it's not your fault that people are lustful. And I have sympathy. I have empathy for people who deal with this addiction and this lust. Because something happened along the way that made them become this way, and made them someone who's not fulfilled by just one person and, like, one intimate relationship. Something happened where it has affected them so deeply that, like, they can't commit, or, you know, I have empathy for that. But it is their responsibility to fix it if they want a stable, healthy relationship. And, like, just seeing all these beautiful girls comparing themselves, feeling ugly, kind of going through that experience of, like, I don't feel good enough. I'm comparing myself, like, feeling like maybe they even have to change. They have to change how they think, change their appearance and just try to live up to this standard of like acting like a porn star or whatever, and it's not even real. It's not even real. Like, corn is not real. Like, sure, yeah, maybe if it's a particular couple, but there's also things that like go into it that people don't see, because people don't necessarily want to see that. They want to see the action. So it just like really hurts my heart. And I think it really also hurts my heart because it's something that's very like misunderstood by the average person, unless they've like been through it. Society will tell you that, you know, corn and being kind of lustful is normal, especially for men. But if you have any concerns about that, or like anything that goes against that ideology, people call you a Puritan. They say that, you know, you're the issue and like just let it go, like it's not that deep, like he's a man, like. And it literally makes me so mad, because actually I can only speak for myself, but I'm not a Puritan. I want couples to be having healthy, great, intimate time with each other. But when a partner is obsessed with looking at other people, looking at content, buying content, and it's to the point where you don't even have that intimate time together, and they direct their intimate energy towards other people, that's not happening. And genuinely, if people won't say that that's cheating, I consider it like micro cheating, if it gets to that point, at least. So